Welcome to this week's edition of The Lead. I'm Ophelia Jacobson. Let's get started. The Lead's Sophia Mingodi takes a look at the @Survivors UF Twitter page that was formed last week. More than 50 sexual assault cases have been submitted anonymously. Sophia spoke with one survivor who recently shared her own story after being inspired by reading other candid and courageous stories.
Sarah grabs her phone to casually scroll through Twitter. She says she sees the name of her ex-boyfriend on the University of Florida Survivors Twitter page. He's accused of raping another woman. She says he's also her abuser. We're referring to her as Sarah to maintain her privacy. Sarah, a recent UF graduate, decided to share her story on Twitter after being inspired by the UF Survivors page.
On one hand, I had lifted off this huge weight I've been carrying, but on the other hand, I put one back on by putting myself out there like that.
Sarah sought a restraining order, however, ultimately decided not to follow through with the legal process.
At the time, I didn't want to go into a trial and have him arrested, and I didn't want to go to court with him. I didn't want to see him. All I wanted was something on record.
In 2019, UF released results of a campus-wide sexual assault and misconduct survey. The findings show 30.1% of undergraduate women experienced non-consensual sex. Almost half of UF students, 45%, experience at least one type of harassment. @Survivors UF organizers do not want to reveal their names, but say their mission is necessary and shared this statement: "Our vision is multifaceted. The main goal is to provide a place where survivors can come forward to share their stories in an affirming and supportive community." University of South Florida, University of Central Florida, and Florida State University also have accounts similar to Survivors UF. Sarah believes the university has a lot of work to do in terms of promoting Title IX and supporting its survivors.
I feel like there's a very low threshold for survivors to, if it's any harder than this, I'm not gonna do it. It needs to be no barrier, very easy and simple, or else that motivation isn't gonna be there.
@Survivors UF is working to create a list of requests to send to UF that includes more support for survivors, a transparent reporting process, and more initiatives to educate the UF community about consensual sex. For The Lead, I'm Sophia Mingodi.
The UF Survivors account started on June 28th and received more than 50 anonymous accounts from survivors. If you want to support this movement, @Survivors UF recommends reading their experiences, sharing their stories, and attending a Green Dot Bystander Intervention Workshop at UF. For more personal accounts, head over to @Survivors UF on Twitter. Now this is making state headlines. Florida Education Commissioner Richard Corcoran ordered all public schools to reopen in August. This emergency order will require schools to be open for at least 5 days a week in order to ensure students' educational success is not being interrupted in the face of the pandemic. For more information on the specifics of this order, please check out WUFT.org for this and all your news needs. Now we turn to The Lead's Samantha Narson, who tells us about the increase in small businesses made by UF students.
Many UF students have used the time during self-quarantine to advance their creativity and entrepreneurial goals. There's been an increase in the rise of small businesses, especially through social media.
It's Tomi Adesogan's first experience creating a business. She decides on one that dangles: earrings.
I decided to start during the pandemic because I just had so much time on my hands, and I've always wanted to do an earring business or share my earrings with other people, but I've just never had time to do it.
Tomi has donated a portion of her profits to racial justice organizations. One of her clients says that she enjoys purchasing with the motivation of helping a mission.
Supporting a business created by a student was really empowering.
Cheyenne Keating illustrated her way into success by accident. She started her business as a hobby and soon realized she wanted to make this social media expand with a business plan.
I think my business has faced success because the product and getting the product is contactless, so it doesn't matter if we're in quarantine or out of quarantine, you can purchase the product and receive it via email.
Tomi and Cheyenne are two of many UF students increasing the role of small businesses within the community. For The Lead, I'm Samantha Narson. Back to you.
While many small businesses are just starting up, gyms are closing their doors once again. Counties across the country are rolling back on gym reopenings as coronavirus cases rise. But that doesn't mean your summer body needs to stay on hold. The Lede's Carla Kokoris scoured a few trainers with workout videos you can do anywhere at any time.
If you're looking for some toning combined with dance, check out celebrity trainer Simone De La Rue on YouTube. You can try her 14-day challenge to start looking like some of her clients, Jennifer Aniston and Emily Blunt. Next up, something a little more intense. Barry's Bootcamp posts 20-minute Instagram lives throughout the week. Each video is saved to the account's IGTV, led by a range of trainers from multiple studios. You can find the videos by searching @Barry's on Instagram. Lastly, if you're looking for something a little slower pace, Yoga with Adriene is the YouTube channel to follow. The certified yoga instructor has a variety of videos from meditation to a 30-day challenge. And there you have it, 3 ways to get in shape, especially if COVID has gotten you off your regular pace. For The Lead, I'm Carla Kokoris.
And finally, people pause to remember Broadway star Nick Cordero, whose long battle with coronavirus ended Sunday morning. Cordero starred in shows on and off Broadway. Some of his most notable credits include Bullets Over Broadway, Waitress, and A Bronx Tale. He leaves behind his wife and 1-year-old son. I'm Ophelia Jacobson. You're watching The Lead. We'll sign this episode off with a short clip of Nick Cordero on Broadway. Thanks for watching.
And it leaves me in a pickle. Ain't nobody's business.